I am like Google in that way.
Mm-hmm. One of the many ways you're like Google.
Yeah,
money of the many ways.
Money of the many.
One of them.
Kinda dropped off all the things I love. Like I need a traffic jam to keep in touch. I can't focus on the words unless my hands are busy. I can't give up on the world or I will leave this city. And it's way too broad what I'm trying to say, but I write it down and let it go. And it's hard to know all the words I need to explain my heart in a single note.
Hello and welcome to Way Too Broad, a show and tell program for really, really ridiculous, cozy grown-ups. I'm Hannah, and these are my co-hosts, Erin and Ben. Hi, Erin. How are you? Are you cozy?
Hello, Hannah. Yeah, I'm cozy. How are you, Ben? Are you cozy?
Pretty cozy, yeah. It's kind of cold in here, but I got a sweatshirt on, so I'm good.
You know what,
Great.
Ben? I have a life hack for you. If you want to be in bed, you can be in bed anywhere with big blanket.
The life hack is blanket.
Great. I don't want to be in bed, but I'm so happy for you that you are.
Yeah.
Ben, do you ever work from bed at WFB?
I work from couch sometimes.
So we have C.
Yeah. That's kind of like WFB, but it's not as cozy.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why haven't we always branded as cozy? We've always been so cozy. It's crazy.
Cozy is like our brand at home.
Mm-hmm.
My brand. Not our podcast brand, but
Yeah.
new year, new me. You know what I mean?
We've got so many blankets in this home, and it is about being cozy, but it also is about being drafty in the house. So,
Yeah, old drafty house.
yes.
It is about being drafty.
It is about being drafty. I have many upfronts, and one of them I feel I owe
great.
you guys the
An apology.
information on right up front is that I am like fully high. I couldn't stand another minute of this week without being high, and I will explain that when we get to my obsession later.
Great. I feel like I guessed right around the new life hack blanket portion, but great to have the confirmation.
Yeah, I felt I owed you that, so.
I owed you that much.
I think we probably won't miss a week. Well, we may miss a week of podcasting because of Savannah, which we should maybe also mention.
Let's check the calendar.
Checking.
I
the
don't think so,
calendar.
because that's next week.
Checking the calendar.
And we don't
changing
record
some
next week anyway.
Yeah, I think maybe we won't. So unless we don't feel
I
like
think we will.
doing it, you know, we never make any
There's
promises.
always a chance of that.
Yeah. But cool. It's great. But we're going to
that's
be in
always the
Savannah next
guarantee.
week. And Erin, your birthday is
Yeah.
soon.
It's tomorrow.
I didn't want to say in case
Yeah.
people did the math on it and figured out what your birthday
It's not tomorrow when you're listening to this podcast.
Yeah, so it's a silly
People can know
question
my
mark
birthday.
day edition of Way Too Broad this week.
Wait, are you trying not to dox Erin by not revealing her birthday? Is that what's going on?
Yeah,
I feel like it's public knowledge, right?
I mean, so many things are public knowledge that you wouldn't want to be.
My
My
birthday's
birthday is St.
September 8th.
Patrick's Day.
Ah, okay.
Everyone share your birthdays and your middle name and your mother's maiden name.
I will not be sharing my birthday.
My birthday is July 29th.
Does Erin think that's my birthday? Could you ask her?
Erin, do you think
I
that's
know it's
Hannah's
in the ball.
birthday?
I know it's in the
It's
ballpark.
close. It's close.
I thought I would nail it for the first time, and I wanted to say it quickly without
Do you
looking
want
it
me
up.
to tell you what it is? Because I can do it without looking
No,
No. Don't
Off the
dox.
dome.
That's not Ben. You remember
It's July
everyone's
20.
birthday.
Beep!
What?
I just censored it for you.
Oh, thank you. No, Ben remembers everyone's birthday. It's bizarre. Like Ben remembers like
Really?
friends' parents' birthdays. That's my opinion of you, Ben.
That's
Wow.
not totally true. But I do remember a lot of birthdays.
Why are you so good birthday?
Why
It's
so
not
good birthday?
specifically. I just have a good memory in general.
Gotcha.
I remember all my family's phone numbers even.
Oh my god.
Wow. Tell us those.
Okay, so Hannah's is.
No. Okay, I got upfronts.
All right, what's up?
They're a bunch of silly silly stories. One thing I just wanted to give a shout out to someone who will definitely hear this, Curtis Connor, for a little bit he was doing on his podcast this week. Curtis Connor is a YouTuber, Erin, who Chloe's also a big fan of. We've talked about him before. Mm-hmm. She and I don't think we've talked about him on the podcast, but
I think you have. I think you brought one of his videos as an
before.
obsession.
Oh, nice. Well, he has this podcast
one of some
called
of his stuff.
Very Really Good that I was watching today.
Great name for a podcast.
And it's a solo podcast. He has no co-hosts. He just kind of like talks about his life at the beginning and then has some like topics at the end. And which is impressive. I don't think I could do that. But he was like, yeah, I took French in high school. Guess if I forgot it. All of it. And like there's no one there to guess. And he just said that. He repeated it like a couple times. And then he was like, I forgot all of it. And then later he was like, guess if I forgot this thing I was supposed to bring. And like it's like he didn't wait like a comedian amount of time, but he just it's like it almost, you know how his delivery is. Like it, but anyway, big shout out for that joke. I loved it. Great job, Curtis.
Great job, Curtis. Thanks for listening.
All right, here's another funny story. Earlier this week, Ian and I were sitting silently together in the living room. I was texting my hilarious so far, right? I was texting my friend about the upcoming snow that we were going to have, and I told her we had recently gotten a snow thrower, and she'd never heard of a snow thrower because it is different from a snow blower. Like we learned together during this conversation, but I was trying to look up what it was, and I was Googling, and Ian was just sitting there minding his own business, silently watching something, maybe scrolling TikTok, and I just turned to him out of nowhere and was like, what brand is ours again? With absolutely no context. He was like, what are you talking about? So,
Wow.
that was fun for him.
A life.
I love when that happens.
Yeah.
Kylie's done that to me too, where she'll be like, where is it? Like, it's just like something like that, and I'm like, what are you talking about? It's like something she's been thinking about or like looking that hasn't verbalized at all.
Yeah.
And she's like, you have no reason to know. It's weird that I said that.
Yeah, it took me a minute. Like he looked really confused, and I like from his face realized what I'd done, and so I was like sorry, and then we both just started laughing, and it took me like another 5 full minutes to ask my question. Oh, we forgot to do what am I drinking? Erin, what are you drinking?
I have a beer. It's I brought this in the past. I'm sure it's a local brewery called Dirty Bowl Brewing Company, and this is one of my favorite beers. It's a peach pink guava American wheat ale. It's delicious.
That sounds incredible.
Peach
Yeah, and no one asked, but the ABV on this bad boy is 5.5.
What about the other one? IBU?
Oh, I thought I was looking at you, listener. I was looking at her because I did bring another one. Oh. I was like, how'd you know? But it's the same beer. So I was like,
Wow.
trying to figure that out. It's got, I would say, very, very low IBU if I had to guess and I know that because I like it.
Is it peach and pink guava? Is pink guava a thing that's different from guava, or is pink just there for
I think it's a
fun?
variety of guava. I think you have pink guava and then there's another variety. I don't know if they taste different. It's great. It is really like guava-y and peachy. It's like very fruity, juicy, tasty.
Mm-hmm. When I hear guava, like my mouth starts watering involuntarily, just right away.
Yeah.
It's so juicy.
Yeah, something that we did, is a mimosa I actually really like is like a guava nectar. To have it in my mimosa. Yeah.
What's the difference between nectar and juice?
I think, I'm not sure that it's your mom. I don't know.
Nice.
Is the difference between nectar and juice my mom?
Is there like ground up pulp and nectar or something? I don't know.
Erin, did you see the Instagram post from Taylor
branding?
Swift today?
No. Did you?
Yes. Would you like to go look at it, please? While Ben tells us what he's drinking.
Did you send it? Okay.
Oh, no, I didn't.
I mean, I saw... Would you like to go look at it? I saw the screenshot. Yeah, Taylor Swift's coming out with new, well, quote-unquote new music tonight. Some unreleased tracks tonight at midnight.
I just thought maybe you
Midnight.
could find her Instagram on your own, but that's cool. I'll find it for you. Hold on.
All right,
don't
folks,
have
I
the
have an
app.
answer.
All right, what?
I have an answer.
Is it your mom?
It's actually not my mom, amazingly. It usually is, but in this case, fruit juice is just 100%, 100% juice is 100% liquid fruit, as in you've just juiced a fruit, right? No added coloring, preservatives, or sugars. Now, there are some fruits, apparently, according to fanner.com, that's fanner with a P at the front, some fruits naturally contain so much acidity or pulp that they cannot be sold as 100% fruit juice. They can only be made palatable using water and sugar, which is called fruit nectar.
Huh.
Oh,
So it's basically
okay.
juice with water and sugar added that is necessary for some
That's wild.
Gotcha.
things.
I think I've always
All right.
assumed that nectar was more like the product of the
Yeah.
fruit. I didn't realize it had.
I did too.
Huh.
Same.
Wow.
Nectar's closer to like a syrup almost made from the fruit. Which
I
I guess
guess
it's
that's why
usually
it's so
thicker,
thick,
right?
yeah.
That kind of yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's all coming together, honestly. It's really
It's
amazing.
all
But-
coming back.
Ben,
to
I don't think
me.
you told us what you're drinking.
Do you need to know for some reason?
Big old cup of water.
I'm drinking a big old water.
Nice. In his big mug.
Obviously, and his big mug.
Yeah, now
with his big
I
mug.
lean my chair back so my boy can cuddle because he really wants to.
I have a tiny jar of cranberry juice. It's like the
Nice.
100% juice, like unsweetened. It's the hard stuff, as they say.
That ain't no nectar.
Wow.
nectar.
No additives at all. No sugar, no water.
Well, I don't know.
Did you dilute it at all? You just
No.
drinking that straight up shit? Holy moly!
Yeah.
Is that for leisure?
Yes. Yeah, it's delicious.
Interesting.
It's not like the the kind
Pleasure
that comes
or
in the
medicinal?
glass jar or the glass bottle that's like $10. Mm-hmm. It's not as strong
Yeah,
as that. It's
concentrate.
still
not a
ocean spray.
Yeah. Nice.
Got it.
Nice.
So,
All right,
Erin,
Hannah, I have looked through that Instagram post.
okay, just like there's nothing specific about it. Okay, but is it not giving off like incredibly gay energy? I mean, I know these are rehearsal outfits.
I mean, all of everything she does, so I don't know what to say.
Hello, left.
But yes.
I'm really actually kind of pissed about that.
oh no.
What's going on with that?
I think he didn't like the microphone being slightly in the way. He's very picky. Like at the beginning of cuddling, everything's got to be just right. But then once he starts cuddling, he'll stay there for hours, and you can do anything and move him around. He
Yeah.
doesn't care. But like to get it started, conditions have to be perfect.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Nice
That's
one.
great.
Up top.
So great.
Perfect. Thanks. I created that one from scratch. I have never heard that before, and I just came up with that.
Wow.
Incredible.
Amazing.
I created
Yeah.
that from scratch. That's such a funny thing to say
Yeah.
about a joke.
Like a biscuit.
That one was handmade.
Oh my gosh, I have an up front.
Okay.
I just reminded myself. Molly and I have been having a root beer float renaissance, which I have to say is pretty awesome. Like randomly the other day, she was like, I have this craving for root beer floats. And so I picked up root beer float stuff, like nice ginger, nice root beer, and nice ice cream, like, and then we'll like split a bottle of root beer, like a little one, Anyway, so we've been in a renaissance. We've, and the other day I referred to making root beer floats as ripping floats, and it's been really fucking funny. 'Cause I'll be like, you've been ripping some great floats recently. This Molly makes some root beer floats.
Okay.
Are you gonna rip
me
us
off,
some
rip me off
floats?
a float.
Yeah, is that great?
That's so good.
That sounds wonderful. I do love a root beer float.
I love that because
Yeah,
no one's
it
ever
is.
said that before.
Yeah,
and yet it sounds correct.
I know. I feel like you could roll up to like a soda counter, and be like, "Hey, rip me a float."
They would know. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do they call a soda shop with like a PPE? Soda shop. Just roll up, lean on the counter.
I thought you meant personal
Like-
protective equipment.
Me too.
Oh yeah. In this
Roll up with my
economy.
mask on, take it to go.
Roll up to the soda shop, and be like, Frederick, rip me a float. I just see it now.
Everybody that works there is named Frederick. That's so true.
You know what I mean? Or something like that.
Reginald.
You know, Franklin. Something like that.
You know what would be a really funny bit, which I kind of started thinking about when you accidentally almost said ginger ale, which is not in a root beer float. It would not,
no.
It would be a funny bit to start up a story like this and then start listing out the ingredients, and they're all just like a little bit wrong like that. Ginger ale, chocolate ice cream, like a classic root beer float.
We get a mug, pour a little cream soda and some pepperonis, and then we're off to the races. Rip and float.
Just dare someone to correct you. I love a dessert like that because it's like a project on both ends. Like it takes a little bit of time to make, but then also it takes a lot of time to eat.
I thought you meant like drinking it and then project on both ends. When you drink it and later.
Yeah, I'm allergic to it, so.
Are you?
No.
Oh. Sorry. You'd really be ripping floats.
That sounds great. Love that. Ben, do you have any upfronts?
Yeah. The Last of Us ended.
Yeah, it was great.
How was it?
Really good. It was so
good.
So good all the way through.
Off the charts.
I think Bella Ramsey needs an Emmy. Mm-hmm. She was so good. Mm-hmm. They were so good. Sorry.
Oh, well, they use any pronouns, so I heard.
Oh, great.
But
then I'm not sorry.
But also Pedro Pascal, I didn't know what he sounded like in real life until like halfway through the season. And I thought he was doing a pretty good job. But then after I heard him in interviews and stuff, I was like, damn, this guy's like a really good actor. Because there's nothing about him in any interview that's anything like Joel. Like he's so like jovial and silly and his voice sounds nothing like it. Like he seems like a fun time.
And he's obviously very much in the middle of like being in everything and all of it's really good. Mm-hmm. And he's just like such a really, really good actor. The acting in the show was really excellent. Especially those first two, but even like the sort of like one episode characters, like the guy who played David in episode 8, I think it was really excellent and terrifying. Mm-hmm. It was all really good.
It was so good, and it like I feel like it's I wasn't deep in like the video game culture of it, but I also feel like I've rarely, if ever, seen what's the word I'm looking for, when an adaptation from a different genre like pays so much service and attention and love to the old piece of work and the original fandom, while still being like so like freestandingly great, like not leaning on that in any way, but also not like discarding it. Like I think for that reason, like people who are brand new to it, and then also people like Kylie and Ben can both be like very, very well served by it. Also, Julian Solomita's been doing recaps, or not recaps, but like analysis like time from every episode, and then putting the VODs up, and they're so good. He makes like presentations for them. Like if you watch it, Erin, you should like watch those, like, or an episode if you want to hear more about it from someone who like just loves everything about the franchise. I would search them up on YouTube because they're great. They're just so fun.
I actually haven't watched the one for the last episode yet.
Oh, it's good.
I'm excited to.
Oh my god! Speaking of him, Chloe showed me. Shout out to Chloe. Showed me a video yesterday of him trying to sing. That Ed Sheeran song.
Oh, when your legs don't walk like they.
I was absolutely crafting. Absolutely. Have you seen that, Ben?
No, I haven't. But I love Julian.
Oh my god, Hannah, are you gonna try to find it in screen share, or I can?
Yeah.
No. I really.
Let's watch it together.
Jenna Marbles videos so much, and part of what I
did you say Hannah Marbles?
No, I didn't. And what I really miss is we'll check the recording after. Is her and Julian interacting and being hilarious together.
I love them. I've been getting
this.
tons and tons of clips of them on my For You page, and it's been so wonderful. All right, I will share.
It's so funny, just like because I also, when I saw it, I didn't understand why it was wrong. Like I knew it was wrong, but I couldn't like figure out why not. when your legs don't walk.
Like, it would be an okay line if it was in the song. It's just like a funny. Erin, now that I know you like clips from them, since I've been getting them all the time, I'll start sending them your way too. You're welcome.
Yeah, perfect.
Or maybe I'll send them to Chloe and she can show you.
Every time Chloe comes over for Chloe Tuesday, we have TikTok time. Where she catches us up on all the good TikToks.
That's great. I love
I
that.
have that with Kylie periodically too. She saves
Yeah,
cute and
I like
funny
that.
ones for me, and then we watch them.
I send Ian
TTT.
TikToks all day long that are great and perfect, and then he'll catch up on them all at once. But then he will not send me TikToks. He will only watch them together with me up on the big TV screen, and I think that's rude and sweet, both at the same time.
That's rude. Sweet.
Yeah.
Sweet.
All right. Shall we pop in?
Yes.
Yeah. Any other upfronts though?
No, I had a third one, but I think it can be part of my obsession time. So
Great.
I'm saving it. Erin, what's your obsession? You said you had such an obsession.
I have such an obsession. I am absolutely obsessed with. Are you two familiar with Trixie Mattel and Katya? They're two drag queens.
Yes,
No.
but not incredibly.
I've heard the name Trixie Mattel before.
Yeah, they're absolutely fabulous drag queens, and they do this series that I have been absolutely obsessed with. It's on YouTube. It's for Netflix. It's called I Like to Watch, and I'll probably show you guys a clip. And it's just them, like, watching. They're 30-minute episodes, and it's them watching shows and absolutely dragging them.
Oh my god.
And they're so fucking funny. And also, I really love their dynamic because Trixie Mattel is, like, really, really, really fucking funny and just makes Katya, like, cry laughing, like, just, like, fall over laughing. So they're both delightful and so funny. And all of the videos are, like really, they're really, like, crude and, like, a lot of their humor is like very gay and sexual, and it's really wonderful and delightful. And my new jam has been watching this while I'm doing a crossword. That's like my relaxed time.
wow.
So I'll show you a bit. They're, you know, like I said, they're 30
they did
minutes.
the
so I'm not gonna
circle. Hell yeah.
and there's a ton of them. Yeah, and the best ones are the reality shows. So I've actually been watching. Hannah, I'm going to show you. Hold on. I'm going to show you the one from Love Is Blind season 3. My favorite ones are the reality shows because they drag them so hard. All right. Hold on. I'm prepping it for you guys. I freaking love these two. They're so fucking funny. They're my angels.
I feel like your
All right,
internal
so the one-
monologue just slipped out a little bit.
The one on the left is Trixie Mattel. This is Trixie Mattel, and the one on the right is Katya. Anyway,
That's
it's just a lot
fucking
of that.
insane.
It's so good.
I love that they decided to include that in the actual show. This dumb asshole putting fake
I
contrast.
can't believe you guys hadn't
putting
seen that
pictures.
before. That was like all over my part of the internet.
Oh my god.
I mean, I saw it a bunch because I watched this, so, you know.
Yeah. But this has been out for like 2 years, so
Yeah,
something.
true.
2 years internet time. I don't know how long in real life.
I think it was this season, this most recent season.
Yeah, but
so-
they're about to come out with the next season soon. I don't know if
Yeah.
that means it's been a year though. Anyway, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
That looks wonderful.
Anyway. Yeah, I love it. I would highly recommend. They have so many of them. I feel like it's one of those delightful things where I love it and I don't feel like I'll ever hit the bottom because I just like keep seeing more and more and more. So anyway, go check them out. Great ladies, go look through and see if they've done one that you like. Or just watch a rando. It's awesome. Trixie Mattel and Katya.
Amazing.
I like to watch.
That's so
Netflix.
fun.
Well, it's not on Netflix. It's on YouTube by Netflix.
It's not on Netflix at all. Oh, because they were just watching Netflix.
No, I tried to watch it on Netflix. Yeah, or it's on YouTube.
Interesting. I'm gonna watch them do the circle. I'm gonna watch. It was crazy watching someone see that for the first time. Though you're right, Erin. It came out like the end of last year, season 3. But I like have so many opinions
Which
about
is
so many
like
of those
2
people.
years. 2 years internet time.
The end
Yeah.
of last year, meaning like 3 months ago.
Like October, November. It aired from October. Oh, I'm sorry. Actually, it aired from October 19th through February. February were till November 9th. So yeah, end of last year. Only a few months ago. 2 years in internet time.
Got it. Locked in. Understood.
Yeah. Well, then, should we pop into Baby Ben?
Yes. I thought you were second.
No.
She did her drink last.
Oh, I forgot. Okay.
Her pure unadulterated cranberry juice.
That's right. I remember now. It's all coming back to me. Everything is clear. My obsession is a podcast.
Is it this
and-
podcast?
No.
Oh.
Well, always. My obsession is the making of this podcast. No, my obsession is a D&D podcast that is called Not Another D&D Podcast.
Oh. That sounds so familiar.
So true.
It's got Brian Murphy and Emily Axford from Dimension 20 / College Humor stuff. Brian Murphy is the DM, and it's got Jake Hurwitz of Jake and Amir and Caldwell Tanner of College Humor and Drawfee. He was a writer and artist at College Humor. He's like also a very good artist. And it's just really enjoyable. I actually started listening to it. They just recently started. Not recently. It's like 30 episodes in. Like a few months ago, I guess they started their third campaign. I caught up on that, and I have been going back and listening to their first campaign, and it's just really, really fun. They're just like 4 very funny people that enjoy each other a lot, and it's also like a D&T campaign. Like, it's interesting because I consume a lot of D&T content nowadays. Like we watch Critical Role, I listen to the Adventure Zone, I sometimes watch Dimension 20, though not all the time, and I now listen to NADPOD as it's called in its shortened form. And it's really interesting how like Critical Role is, that was a home game that became a show and then became wildly successful, and they've like very much kept the like long form. Each episode is like 3 to 4 hours, sometimes longer, and it's like a whole session. And then like, whereas those other ones I just said were like all created as shows, and so they're often like a lot quicker and snappier. Like they're only like an hour to 2 hours per episode, and they like move through some things a lot quicker, like traveling and stuff. And like Critical Role is a big thing where like they actually have to like spend multiple in-game days traveling and like do rolls for like making sure they don't encounter stuff along the way. And it's fun because I really like both. Like I despite them all being like D&D actual play content, I like having the ones that are kind of just like based around being a little sillier, and the ones that are based more around like making you kind of feel like you're part of playing the campaign. So NADPOD is very much like on the silly side, probably the silliest one. And I really love Emily Axford's characters in particular. I always liked her in Dimension 22 because she's just like that extremely chaotic player that a lot of campaigns have, where she'll do insane shit. Like her character in the first campaign is called Moonshine Cybin, and she's a quote crick elf, which is like so she's got like a deep southern accent. Yeah, exactly. Like she's from the crick, which is where, and then like she's all about being hospitable, but is like also fucking insane. And like every time they make camp, she's like, I'll cook up a jambalaya. Like one of my favorite things she does is in combat when she's like about to be attacked or she's gonna attack, she goes, bring it on, come on. Which I just fucking love. Like I just like saying that about things in general. You encounter adversity in life, bring it on, come on.
I love I've seen her play so many characters now, like mostly on what's the Dimension 20 one called? Roll 20. No. What's it called?
Dimension 20.
Oh yeah, Dimension 20 is on sorry. Dimension 20.
Hannah's high.
I'm high.
Reminder.
But like I've seen her play many characters on Dimension 20, and like I look back with fondness on every single one of them. Like I just love her characters always. They're so fun. She plays them so wonderfully. Like she's such a delight.
Yeah. And I really like a lot of Jake and Amir stuff. Some of the older stuff is terrible, but then there are a lot of really funny ones. And just enjoy those two together, Jake and Amir, and like they're releasing new Jake and Amir videos now in the past few months that are I think all really good and kind of capture what was good about the old ones.
Amir being chaotic.
And sometimes Jake being chaotic. And Jake had never played like any video games or D&D or anything like that going into NADPOD, so he was like kind of clueless, but like because he's just like such a good improviser and they're all really good friends, he like dropped into the role play really quickly and like really well. And I don't know, it's a very enjoyable dynamic of that whole group. And Caldwell is also really funny and plays like he plays a halfling named Beverly Togold, who is essentially like a Cub Scout. He's like a 16-year-old paladin that like it's so funny. Like the whole first arc of the campaign is them trying to save his troop of green teens is what they're called. It's so great. Highly recommend.
Ben, where would you recommend starting for a new listener?
Yeah, great question.
I actually think I would start with campaign 1.
Oh.
Yeah. It's not
Cool.
that old. So I think it started in like 2018, so it's like not, I don't know why it would matter if it's super old. Like there's not a lot of it is what I'm saying. I don't think the campaign is that long. It's maybe like 100 episodes or something. I actually know how long it
God,
is.
that's like 100 years ago. Internet years.
I know.
Holy shit, you're right.
It's great history lesson for us.
I don't know if my podcast app is even compatible with podcasts from 2018.
Yeah. That's awesome, Ben. I would like
Actually,
to
I
listen
think
to that.
it is 100 episodes. They did it. They finished it in exactly 100 episodes.
It is 100 years ago. It is 100 years ago. So not another D&D
D&D
podcast.
podcast.
I have something to say in Hannah's defense.
Oh, yeah?
I have something to say in Hannah's defense that I laughed at you about saying. What's the Dimension 20 podcast called? The other day, Molly and I watch Tasky Masky every night, and we watch it on YouTube. And we often make fun of the ads that YouTube gives me because YouTube doesn't know who I am, so it always tries like a bunch of different stuff.
Same.
Yeah, well, show me like
Half of my YouTube ads are in Spanish. I still don't know why.
Same. I'll ask Spanish. It'll show me like freaking like colonoscopy at home kit, and then it'll be like show me like a bottled water commercial. Like I don't know, do you like water? And so we'll do that. Like I don't know, are you old? Do you like water? Do you wear a bra? It'll be like bra commercial, and that'll be like a testosterone supplement. It's like I don't know who you are. And they showed me a ad for the medieval times. and I was like, oh, I don't know who you are. Do you like things from the I can't remember the period name, the name of that period. And Molly was like, medieval. Are you trying to think of the word medieval? And I was. So anyway.
Wow.
Just in your defense, it can happen to anybody.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's confusing because I also give every campaign its own name, and also they're just always coming out with those things. I just can't keep it straight.
Yeah, they do come out with a lot of them.
But
that is true.
I can't I love it when I get into one. I think they're great. And if Emily's there, there's like a much bigger chance I'm going to watch the whole thing.
Yeah, that reminds me. I forgot to mention the whole premise of the first campaign, which I find really enjoyable. Is it's the campaign after the campaign. So the idea is that there are these like 3 legendary heroes that were basically like a D&D adventuring party that like did a bunch of courageous stuff and like saved the world from like an evil demon king or something. And now their characters in the actual adventuring party are like living in the world after that, where these adventurers kind of went around and did a bunch of good stuff, but then also kind of left a lot of places. Like they changed a lot about the world in ways that weren't necessarily good. Like the first place they go, there was a dragon that used to like rule over this town and was like a tyrannical ruler, and these 3 heroes killed it. But then after they left, there was like a power vacuum, and a bunch of barbarians came in and like took over the town, and we're also ruthless people. It's a bunch of things like that where it's like filling in the power vacuums left in the world after a heroic adventuring party comes through.
I think that's really cool.
Which I think is a really fun idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
I'm gonna totally listen to that.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, great one, Ben.
Hell yeah.
Thanks.
Good job, Ben.
I'm feeling great. I'm feeling like we're doing a really good job, you guys.
Why don't you tell us about your
great.
obsession, Miss Blanket?
Okay.
What? Yeah. Hey, Blanket. What's your obsession?
Hey.
And it's funny because I feel like Ben and I took off our warm things, but you cozied even deeper into your blanket.
It's true.
Yeah. It's just a shame I need an arm out for working the mouse. It's really sad. Well, I haven't really had an obsession this week because I've been too busy like dealing with things. And you guys have both heard like portions of my story from this week, but I thought I would just kind of tell you about my week in brief and fill everybody in. It's nothing that interesting or exciting, I should say. Like it's no life-changing events happened to me this week. But it's just been like a series of unfortunate
Knock
events.
on wood.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's a good thing. I'd say often that's a good thing.
I mean, I agree, but I'm just like saying this is not going to be like really heavy if people, because I know I've talked about heavy things before. This is not like that.
No cat has died.
No cat has died. Nothing like that has happened. But I'm just going to talk about it because it's just been quite a week. So last Friday, Ian and I took the day off to do like some important errands with Ian, and then the last thing we were going to do, or actually the second to last, was we were going to go get the car inspected because it was past due. And everything was fine as far as we knew with the car. But when we took it in, it got a safety rejection, not just a regular type, like a big red sticker on the front of it, because my tires were bald on the inside of the front. So we couldn't really
inside.
Yeah, we couldn't even really see it. We still don't know why exactly. We think it might be an alignment issue, but it was just the inside of the front, so it was hidden. So we took them.
I didn't realize that part.
Yeah, so we took it to a tire warehouse, and they like looked at the tires, and they were like, "Okay, it's gonna be $500 but we have to order the tires. So come back tomorrow." We set up an appointment. They were very nice. We come back the next day. We're sitting in the lobby waiting because we only have one car. And like 10-15 minutes after we get in, the girl comes in with the assistant manager woman comes in with this little metal piece in her hand, and she proceeds to the first thing she said was, "I have some not that great news for you guys." And then the second thing she said was
Understatement.
The second thing she said was, "I want to start off before even telling you what happened with telling you that we're going to pay to fix it, whatever it costs."
Oh, God.
What the fuck? So what happened is we have wheel locks on our car, and when they were, so the way that a wheel lock works, I learned all of this, is it's basically like a house lock. Like they're all unique to the car if you have them. And it's like on one lug nut, it'll have like a hole in it, and you have to stick a particular key in it and turn it in order to release that one. And they had gotten one off fine, and then they went to get the second one. I don't know where they found the key. I didn't know this existed. It must have like a standard place. And they accidentally like spun it and broke it. Like it's like if you got the key like broken off in the lock. So they couldn't do anything else. They couldn't take that tire off. They couldn't replace just one tire. They weren't even certain that they could get the first tire back on because they had already taken one off, but then they did manage to do that. So, but we're like terrified to drive the car now because one of them, like, we don't even know how it was tightened, you know, plus all the other stuff. So then she kind of pointed us in the direction of how to fix it, but that's not like something they do. So she wasn't totally sure. And also it was like Saturday afternoon, so everybody was closed or closing. So we ended up just having to sit on this issue from Saturday through Monday. And then like early as possible Monday morning. And my parents, I need to say, God bless my parents, brought one of their cars out to stay with us so that we would have two cars, so we'd be able to like actually drive one of the cars or like not have to sit at the dealership whenever something has to be done, which was wonderful of them. Monday, I called around. I called 5 places, and the first 4 had no availability during this week. And because we're going to Savannah next week, getting this done this week is very important to us. Plus, I'm supposed to bring my parents' car back next weekend. So because there was a a snowstorm coming, which we were seeing there could be totals for anywhere from like 8 inches to like up a little under 2 feet or something like that. So that was what we thought was
crazy.
coming. It was coming Monday night through Wednesday morning. So and all these places didn't have availability because people were like preparing their cars for this snowstorm. And finally, the 5th place I called, they had an opening on Thursday. Excuse me. So we booked that. And then the snowstorm came, and instead of being maybe up to 2 feet, it was nearly 3 feet of snow that we got where we were.
Holy shit.
It was very bizarre because most of the state didn't even get snow.
I live like a little over an hour
crazy.
away, and we had mostly rain and then some wet snow, and by the next morning it was basically all gone. It never accumulated more than like an inch.
This is like
Wow.
borderline doxing myself, but there were a couple areas that had this happen. But like my town is not big.
She's really paranoid about that tonight.
I know.
My town is not big. It doesn't get talked about on the news. I think the last time it was in the news, it was because some like
Beep!
murdered guy in a
Beep!
like that's the type of stuff that needs to happen.
Hold on. Pause. You were so worried about Erin saying her birthday. I'm gonna Google beep, murder and beep right now. Let's see. Where did this happen? Yep, there it is. Yep.
Yeah,
yep.
it's only
found it immediately.
That's only
It's not borderline doxing, at least the town you live in.
Okay. All right. Let me re-pull. I'll bleep it out. Okay.
Oh my god.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Oh my god.
I'm sorry. I just
first hit.
I didn't even
First
mean.
hit, second hit,
I didn't
third hit.
even mean to
fourth,
talk about
all
this
of them.
story. It's really hard to bring it up. About.
Oh my god.
You also left
She
out that she was a
allegedly-
dominatrix.
Yeah, and she fabricated a sushi related alibi. This is like a Mad Libs. This is a Mad Libs generated news article.
She cut him up into little pieces, and then she drove him over the border, and then she dropped his body along that road, which we drive on every time we go to the grocery store. We talk about it frequently.
That's part of her. That's part of her dominatrix services. It's on her website.
That's right. I forgot about
Part
that
of her offering.
I forgot about that. Oh my god.
Wow.
Yeah.
I know you're being doxxed, but you have to keep all of this in.
Okay, that's fine. So anyway, we're not on the news a lot, is my point. Like, that's how crazy it had to get for us to be on the news. This storm, they said, like, my boss like watches the news all day now that she got a TV in her office, and she was like, I heard your town name so many times. Like, they were talking about like how like the peak of it was just centered right over where I live, like a little sad storm cloud. So so that was cool. So then I had an appointment in Boston on Wednesday. I had to cancel it, but I did see a mink that day, and I think that is what broke the curse. So that was Tuesday.
I think you were paying in advance to see the mink.
Yeah, because
is
ever
what I
since
think.
then it's been pretty okay. Like, I will say, I feel physically like, or yesterday especially, I just felt like loose Jello in a casing, like because we had to shovel so much because
You're wrapped in a blanket.
there was too much snow on all the paths for our snow thrower to handle. So we had to shovel it all ourselves to get paths.
Then what's
to
the point of that fucking thing?
Yeah, I know. And then
Flamethrower might be more effective in this
I
scenario.
know.
Yeah, you probably
Although
want to
actu-
throw more snow onto the snow.
Yeah. Have you thought about that?
And then because
Have you thought about that, Hannah,
No,
for a second?
I haven't
even?
thought-
She's absolutely ignoring all our great singers.
because we had to get the car stuff dealt with on Thursday, we spent every free minute yesterday shoveling out the driveway, especially the end of the driveway. It took us until like the very end of the day to get all the things we needed to shoveled out. And the end of the road was like, it was still like waist high, but it was chunks of ice and dirt instead of snow. So it was like, and also the sides of the driveway were getting so high that instead of just placing the snow nicely or just flipping the shovel over, we had to huck the ice over the edge of the wall that we had made. So it was quite a workout, and
Crazy.
I feel I'm in pain. So that, and this is 2 days later now, but no, it isn't. That was yesterday. But yeah, so
Bath.
but besides
In
that,
internet days, it was 2 days.
Yeah,
it
that's
was
right, that's
actually
right.
3 weeks.
so that was like,
It was 3 weeks ago now.
but I have to say, I don't know why, I don't know what's wrong with me, but like generally speaking, snow shoveling is something I definitely should hate, and I definitely don't. Like I
That's beautiful. Lean in.
yeah, like I kind of like it. I mean, it's obviously it's worse when the
I
snow's
kinda do
heavier.
too.
Yeah, like it's just not bad. It's just a very
Yeah, when it's like
peaceful-
fluffy snow,
it's nice to be outside.
It's not that bad.
Especially because when you're shoveling, you've
beautiful.
like been locked in for a long time, probably because it's been like bad weather.
You're exercising, but you're not going to get too hot. Like you can, like, you know.
Yeah, and if
always
you do, it's
take off my
it's
clothes.
actually it feels nice to shed layers
Yeah.
and like be in the cold when you're kind of warm. It's good.
Yeah,
I'm all about it.
yeah. I think
I can't tell you how debilitating 3 feet of snow would be at my house. Like, I'd be like, I don't know if I can go to Savannah because we had 3 feet of snow 2 weeks ago. Like, that debilitating, truly.
yeah,
But that's because it's the South, so.
yeah. It's not. It's definitely not
I
normal.
mean, Hannah gets way more snow than any of us.
Yeah, that's true.
It's really like every time there's like a hint of a snowstorm here, like we'll get a few flakes. She'll have like a few feet.
Yeah. Well, I'm 1,000 feet
Well, she
higher
also
in
gets-
the air than you.
Oh,
flying?
interesting. 1,000? 1,000?
Yeah.
You're
she's
1,000
flying.
feet higher
Yeah.
than Ben, elevation-wise?
Yeah. Ben, you're like sea
That's
level,
crazy.
right?
1,000 feet?
Yeah.
1,100.
Yeah, I'm sea level.
Yeah.
Holy
more,
shit.
actually.
You also, you also get way more mink.
Yeah.
Mink?
100% more mink.
Minks?
I don't
Mink?
know. Mink.
Mink
Mink.
sounds naughty.
Oh, but the other good news is they were able to get all the wheel locks replaced with regular lugs just fine. It took them like
What's
10
the point of
fucking
wheel
minutes.
locks?
Like
So you don't get your tires stolen.
Yeah.
So but it's like
people
a
do
home
that?
security. Listen. I'm going to break this down for you in a way you're going to understand, Ben. It's like a home security system where 99% of the time it's there to fucking piss off anybody who's actually supposed to be coming and going from the home. And it's like
Wait,
the
that's
equivalent
so
for
fucking true. Every home security
Right?
system is just
Yeah.
a pain in the ass half the time, where
It's
it's
a
like
pain in
enter the code within like 10 seconds of entering, or the whole fucking alarm's
I
gonna go
know.
off. Yeah,
Anybody who's like visiting your house, pet sitting, it's a fucking nightmare. So same
Yeah.
thing. It's like for most people who are supposed to take off your tires, it fucks them up. Otherwise, on the off chance
Yeah.
someone's gonna steal your tires.
so I got rid of them. So now we just have to go back to every single step we've done already and finish that
is
off.
it possible I have wheel locks and don't know it? Is that like a default thing in a lot of new cars?
I mean, I certainly didn't ask for
possible.
mine. Yeah. So
I hope I don't.
you would, well, if yours are anything like mine,
Actually,
you
I've had a flat tire before and had it replaced and hasn't been an issue.
okay.
So maybe they just didn't break it.
Well, do you know when you look at them, you may not remember. One of mine like has like a slot for the key, kind of like it's like a circle. One of them looks different from the other ones.
I have no idea.
Okay.
But I'll look next time I'm in my
Yeah.
car.
But no, they don't usually break them, and it seems like they knew where to find it. So I think they are used to it to a degree.
Yeah. Next time you're able, Ben, check your nuts, see if one looks different than mine.
Could be a problem. So,
You gotta check your
Yeah.
nuts.
but
Every day, honestly.
Yeah, check them.
oh, and then also the other thing that made me realize that everything's probably gonna be fine from now on is that I found out that a little single serving of Ritz crackers that they sell fits perfectly laid out in a snowflake shape on my favorite type of plate. So
That's beautiful.
Amazing.
yeah, so I think I'm on the upswing now.
I'm so happy for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, I really think you are. Knock on wood. Knock on so much wood.
Yeah, but I was so tense and sore all day, so I had to get high because my body needed to find a way to relax, and it's working.
Hot high bath. I feel like a bath is another great thing
Yeah,
for you.
bath would be great. I think that the tub needs cleaning though.
Make sure to unplug the bidet.
That's right. I will. Okay, then I think
Great.
that's the end. I think we should do homework.
All right, good night.
Have to wrap this up because Molly's cooking something that smells so good and I'm really hungry.
Oh, okay. I forgot the story.
She's gonna rip
Just
some
making, like, a
floats tonight
curry
after.
chicken salad.
I forgot the
I
story.
think we're probably gonna rip some floats.
Oh, nice.
Huge.
Love that.
Yeah.
I forgot the story I was going to tell you. It's pretty quick.
No.
No.
I mean, what?
No, remember when I told you how I felt like loose jello, and I told that to Ian yesterday, and he was also shoveling all day, so I was like, what do you feel like? And he said, I feel like a bunch of river otters kept held together with rubber bands. And and I said, and I was like laughing, and he goes, like the river otters are fine, but they're being held together by rubber bands, not like their bodies are being held together by rubber bands. And I said, I know, I'm not stupid. I know how you hold river otters together.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. All right, homework. Erin, what's your homework?
My homework is to please watch. I like to watch on YouTube through, it's like the Netflix channel. Watch Trixie Mattel and Katya be amazing. I love those ladies so much. Mm-hmm. They're both, specifically Katya is just like, it was my sweet angel from heaven. But they're both so great and they're so fucking funny. So watch it and talk to me about it. Thank you.
They're your angels. Ben, what's your homework?
Angels.
My homework is to listen to Not Another D&D podcast. And also, I didn't mention this when I was talking about it, but they have a Patreon, patreon.com/NADDPOD that don't sing yet, that you should support if you want to, because they're good.
Did you say don't sing yet?
Yeah, you'll get it if you listen.
Okay.
Okay.
That's a little something for the NAB pods.
Oh, okay.
Ben, are you gonna
Is it like Blaze It?
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
Are you gonna join the Patreon for that Brennan Lee Mulligan project? Lou guy.
I don't know what you're
Lou is
talking
in
about.
it too.
Lou Wilson?
Yeah.
I didn't know about
I
this.
think Abria, and then there's a fourth person. I don't remember what it's called. Sorry.
Punch Bowl?
No. Punch Bowl?
No, that's a different thing. That's from another Patreon that he was on.
The thing is, like, I think they're doing the whole first season on Patreon only, maybe, and then I think at some point they're going to release it publicly.
Worlds Beyond Number.
That's it.
Oh, we did that for a while.
It's not that
Stars Beyond Number.
Yeah, it's not that. It's just they're playing D&D, I think.
It's Brennan Lee Mulligan, Erica Ishii, Abria Iyengar, and Lou Wilson.
Yeah. But I think you can't. I think the first season is paywalled, at least for a little while, I think. Which is kind of unfortunate. I was wondering if you were into that. My homework is if you thought that week sounded like something you could handle, then maybe see if you can make some kind of deal again without your knowledge to see a mink, because the mink was really cool. It was running around looking like a ferret looking ass with a white chest.
Ferret looking ass.
And then I'm also on Twitter and Instagram at Anthropology, and I'm on TikTok at Hannah and her cats. If you want to see what the snow looked like, I have some snow is my niche on TikTok. It's the only videos I get any attention for, so I do post snow.
Snow is my niche.
Hashtag snow is my name.
Hashtag snow is my niche. If you want to call us or text us to tell us about your obsession, you can do that at our phone number 774-326-0420.
Blaze it.
Blaze it.
Don't dial Blaze it.
You can follow us on
Blaze it.
Twitter at 2broadpod. You can follow us on Instagram at way2broad. You can email us at way2broad.com. You can find us also on TikTok at way2broad. Oh God, I got out of order. Now I'm in trouble. Okay. You can find all that information if you missed any of it at our website, way2broad.com or way2bod.com or nameyourselfjame.com or nameyourselfjameegan.com or jameegan.com for anything you want. Earnben.com for anything you need. MaxFun.org for a cute dog on a boat. Max Fun Drive is coming up again soon. Check those guys out. Check out friendsofthechaos.bandcamp.com for great music from a great person. And that's it. So thanks for listening. I forgot to light the podcast candle again. I'm sorry.
Me too.
But the podcast candle is now extinguished.
Goodbye. Good day. Good day.